I'll tell you what, Rico. Oh, you are gonna love this story. Oh man, Minnesota is in a shitstorm because the Minnesota medical cannabis director is leaving the second opening for a marijuana regulator. The head of Minnesota's medical cannabis office is stepping down. The resignation of Chris Tolkes means that the state must now fill 2 vacancies for top marijuana regulators. Tolkes is leaving on Friday after nearly 5 years leading the Office of Medical Cannabis and 14 years with the Minnesota Department of Public Health. She starts Monday as operations director for the city of Minneapolis' health department. In an email to NPR News, Tolkes said she was honored to have worked to expand the medical cannabis program and craft the new adult use law. In a quote, "I'm incredibly proud of our work, and we will be cheering folks on for the upcoming implementation work." Tolkes said, "Cannabis regulatory work is intense, and after 5 years of working under a microscope and at a breakneck pace, the time is right for me to make a change," she says. Minnesota opened the door to medical cannabis back in 2015, and this year, the DFL-led Minnesota legislature legalized adult use cannabis for adults 21 and over and set up the Office of Cannabis Management to regulate the new industry. Marijuana remains illegal under federal law, and a day after Governor Tim Walz appointed her, Aaron Dupree resigned as director of the Office of Cannabis Management in September after the Star Tribune and NPR News investigated her background. NPR News found that Dupree had sold products at her retail shop that exceeded the legal THC limits and had a record of unpaid taxes and court judgments. Well. Minnesota, it seems like you're 2 regulators shy of an actual regulated system, but nonetheless, I'm going to digress and see what y'all have to say. And this is Jason Beck for the High at 9 News. What do y'all think?
Listen, why is she not a great candidate for that position?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why is she not a great candidate for that position? Like somebody who's actually been through it.
They have no one.
That's right.
They have no candidates for this, Rico. This is the former lady. This is the lady, the story that we covered when she got hired one day, and the next day we're covering the story of her resignation because of her little trap shop.
I know that's what I'm saying. Like, how is she not a great candidate for that? She knows how the game goes.
She's a perfect candidate.
I think that might be a conflict of interest.
It's called nepotism, guys.
I think that's actually called a conflict of interest.
Yeah, you can't.
When they shuffle Jesse Ventura in for that spot.
I think Jesse Ventura would make a perfect candidate.
He would be a good regulator.
I thought he was going to be running for president, though.
He would clothesline you if you stepped out of line.
Body slam you.
Didn't he used to do the DDT? Wasn't that one of his?
I wouldn't be surprised if he has a new line of gummies coming out for Tyson 2.0.
What's that, Rico?
I said I wouldn't be surprised if he had a new line of gummies coming out on Tyson 2.0.
Would they be like ponytails?
I don't think he's been convicted of rape.
Oh boy! Whoa!
Oh. I can forgive. I don't have to.
Yeah.
I read my paper.
That's right. Read your paper, sip your tea. Oh man, I'm gonna have a sip.
What I was getting at is he has been enlisting a bunch of former wrestlers and combat fighters, and Jesse Ventura might be good for that lineup. But yeah, he took it there. So let's go there.
I just don't understand why people would stand in line to get their picture taken with a convicted rapist. I guess that's just the state of the union these days. I would vote for Jesse to do anything. I saw that.
Do you not believe in reform?
You don't believe in reform?
I believe in reform.
Okay.
Or false accusations.
Did he not do his time?
Yeah,
maybe. No, listen, I believe in reform. I believe in reform. I believe that as a society, we have a Judeo-Christian underpinning that is based on forgiveness, redemption, and reform.
But you're not
those
a Judeo-Christian.
Those are the rules of society. Me personally, as a father to daughters, no, that's not that. You don't come back from that in my house. That's just my rules.
Okay.
Yarrow's house.
Yarrow's getting deep with it today.
Getting jiggy with it.
He has every right to believe that.
Yeah,
it's all good.
He's all good. He doesn't have to.
I mean, you need to be at a 5.0 or a 6.0 before I can even think about that.
Tyson 5 or 6.0, then
bringing me back from that.
So if there's
a body Mustang 5.0,
there's also false accusations.
It's the
I mean,
hardest crime in the world to get convicted of. If you've got all the money,
my
if
father,
you got all the money for defense and you still can't beat that charge, there might be some there.
Let me just say this, real talk. My father was accused of rape as a doctor, raping one of his patients. And it wasn't true. They were having
that
an
was just
affair.
the cost of medical.
Hold on, Yarrow. I want to hear what Nicole has to say.
Real talk. They were having an affair.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why she accused him of rape. Once realizing that he was not leaving his wife, that is where the accusations came from, to ruin him. It was her goal, objective. Now, he had to plead out. He didn't get convicted because he chose not to go to a trial. And so, yes, that was still on his record. But that's not what happened.
Mm-hmm.
He did that for the best of his family. So there's always different versions and two sides of each story. And so because I experienced that personally, I understand that it's not always what it seems to be.
That's entirely fair.
Let's look
at
this.
That conversation took an unexpected dark turn. Let's can we bring it back?
I mean, well, a similar thing happened to my buddy Brandon Banks, who got accused of this, and then through the Exonerate program, they actually made his accuser actually testify, or they got some video of her admitting that she set it all up and she was lying the whole time, and that's the only way that he actually was exonerated. So shout out to the Exonerate program that helps people get their lives back.
What about Minnesota Cannabis? Can you bring back Minnesota Cannabis, please?
Yeah,
how about that?
You know what? Let's just keep this train moving.